the airport. I'm waiting to get my COVID test done so that I can fly afterwards. And this terminal that I'm in, it was the terminal that I used to work from. So when I got dropped off here, I was dropped off at the crew terminal. And that brought back some memories and some nostalgia. And the terminal itself is closed. So it's a bit of a ghost town. There's no flights going from this one, but it's the terminal that has the train station in. So there is still some people moving around, but there's no flight, security is closed, there are no arrivals here either. So very ghost town. It's really weird seeing the terminal like this, and it does make me a little bit sad. The COVID test is done, and I'm waiting for the results, but I already passed security. So I'm just sitting here on a bench and I have my snacks. So I got caramel, what is this? Macchiato from Starbucks, but not Starbucks. A sandwich and a chocolate. And now I'm actually gonna start the entire purpose of this vlog, which is reading my January book. And for January, I've selected, drumroll, The Guncle. So this is the book I'm gonna start reading today and listening to the audiobook. I put it on my reader that I use like once a year, so we have that. I'm just gonna sit here, eat, listen, and read while I wait for the results of my test.
Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away. Before you make up your mind that I'm nowhere to find, I'm standing right here. I know that I told you we're over, I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Till the morning light. Till the morning light.
So yesterday on my way to Portugal, I've been listening to the audiobook of The Guncle and I've been following along on my reader, and I haven't done any reading or any listening today, but I want to let you know that I'm currently 26% into the story and I'm loving it. I even sent Kyle a message on Instagram yesterday saying it's super funny. There's so many jokes inside the book. We're basically following these two kids. Their mom just died. This could be a spoiler, but I don't think it is, because once again it happens straight away in the books and I don't consider the things that happen straight away to be a spoiler. So their mom just died and their dad goes away. I'll keep the mystery as of why. So their dad asks his brother, this guy called Patrick, to look after the two kids. They're like 7 and 8 or 8 and 9, something like that. They're really young kids. Asks him to look after the kids, but he has never had kids of his own. He's obviously gay and he lives in a very fancy place. He loves brunch and whatever. There's like 10 entire pages of just him explaining to the kids why is brunch the best meal of the day. So both him and the kids, they're full of jokes. They're kind of learning about each other together. So he's learning how to look after kids, but the kids are also learning about the real world and what other adults do and how they live. And it's super, super funny. I don't even know how to explain. The jokes, they're also genuine. And I was listening to the audiobook and I was walking through the airport and then in the aircraft and all that. And people must have thought that I was crazy because I was just sitting there with my headphones in and laughing. So it's hilarious. 26% in and I'm absolutely loving it. I haven't read anything today yet, but I definitely want to press on with this story because it's so genuine and fun. The kids call the uncle Gup for the longest time, G-U-P, and they told him that their dad was the one who gave that nickname Gup, and for the longest time he didn't know what that was about, and neither did we. And I kept thinking, what could this stand for? And turns out it stands for Gay Uncle Patrick. It's super fun because like sometimes the kids call him uncle, other times call him Uncle Pat or Uncle Patrick, but sometimes they also call him Gup. So they call him and go like, Gup. Patrick, he's like a famous actor, so he has a lot of money, but he hasn't done any works in acting in a while. So there's a time where like a secretary or something of his agent goes to their door, and one of the kids calls them Gup, and she asks, what is GUP? What does it stand for? And he just says, super relaxed and super straightforward, just says, stands for Gay Uncle Patrick. And the lady goes like, I didn't know you were gay. And he goes like, come on. I'm 37% in. I'm still loving it. This Milka Oreo, but white chocolate. Amazing. My mom got me one of those bars for Christmas, and today I went to get 2 more. The superior chocolate.
Just keep flooding by the memories that I'm made of. Damn, my heart still beats for the place where I grew up. I worked that later shift at the local bar, but said I'll make it big. Said I quit this job. I recall it still, yeah, just like that.
This book has been very good. I'm really enjoying it. At the moment, I think it's a fat, big 4 stars. But maybe, I'm not saying it will be, but you know what I mean. Maybe.
Damn, my heart still beats for the place where I grew up. Damn, 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 ooh, ooh, yeah. Damn, 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 ooh, ooh, yeah. Damn, 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 ooh, ooh, yeah. Damn, 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 ooh, ooh. I recall it still. In my beat-up truck, I didn't look back, didn't give up. Swore I would never come back to the sun, but now I'm here once again. Things that I forgot just keep floating by the memories that I made.
I think I'm literally alone in this train couch section. I'm on the train home, and I'm not sure if you can hear me with the mask on. I'm on the train home, and God doesn't love me. I was supposed to get a train that was leaving the train station where I was. It was supposed to leave at 6:45. I got there, I checked on the train app which platform it was. It said platform 1. When I got there, I checked on the screens at the station. It said platform 1. So where did I go? To platform 1. There was a train on platform 1. I got in the train. I sat my bum on the chair on the train, and I waited until 6:45, the time that the train was supposed to leave. At 6:46, the train had still not moved. I thought it was weird because there had been no notification of that train being delayed, which means that when sometimes it's like on time on the dot. So I found it weird, but whatever, I waited another minute. At 6:47, still nothing. So then I thought, okay, this is really actually weird. So I went on the train app to see if it had any notification of delays, and not only it didn't, but it also said that the train had left the station where I was. And I was like, no, incorrect, I'm sat on the train, it has not moved. How is this possible? I walked to the door of the train, I pressed the button to open the door, I look at the screens outside, because by the way the screens inside the train were off, so I couldn't see any information regarding the train. Rude.
Please mind the step down with the train to the platform.
So I go to the door to look at the screens on the actual platform, and it said that the train I was on, it was not leaving at 6:45, he was leaving at 6:50, 5 minutes later, and he was going to the next station and finishing there. I started googling what time was I supposed to be on the train, because I was supposed to change trains at some point in the journey. And it was like a 10-15 minute change. Amazing. So I started looking at all the trains, and there was no train that could get me in time to the station where I was supposed to change in time to get the second train. very frustrating, right? So I was like, whatever, I was already stuck on the train because meanwhile the train was
The
moving.
next station is Shelford.
So the train was moving, so I had to stay on the train. Obviously, I'm crazy, but I cannot jump out of another train. So obviously that train that I was on, where I was, it was finishing at the next station. So there I was, 5 minutes later at the next station. I had to leave the train. It was one of those outdoor stations, so there was no covered areas to be in. Now it's not raining, but it potentially will be later on. But also it's very cold, it's like 2 degrees. So I didn't want to stay there. And meanwhile, Josh is telling me, I think you need to get this one that is at 7:50. Bear in mind, it was then 6:55. So there was 55 minutes waiting. So I was like, no, that's ridiculous. I'm not gonna stay 55 minutes here in the cold waiting. I looked for another train, and I found another train that was going to the station where I was supposed to change trains initially. So I got on that train. It's the train where I'm currently in. However, this one is one of those slow trains that stops everywhere. So there's like 347,000 stops until I get to the station where I need to change. It's like 1 hour 50 until we get there. And then by the time I get there, I still need to change trains, obviously. And I have like 45 minutes between the two trains now. So basically, I was born to suffer, and this is my life.
Now I'm here once again. Things that I forgot just keep floating back. The memories that I made up. Damn, my heart still beats for the place where I grew up. When I grew up.
Alright, so we are home now, and I've read some more of the Gunkel on the train. It's amazing. I want to tell you about it, but not right now, because right now I'm gonna do this unboxing. The box is already open, Josh opened it. This, I assume, came from Philippa. It's a yellow box, love that, and it says the vegan kind supermarket. For all I know, it could be chocolate, it could be potatoes. Let's find out what it is. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I don't know what it is, okay? It's covered in paper, so I haven't looked inside, but it has a card. It's weird because it's written in Portuguese, but obviously she probably just typed the message on the website and then someone hand wrote it for her. So it's clearly not her handwriting, but it's cute because it's in Portuguese. And she says, for all the chocolate that they dared not gifting you this Christmas. Because gone Christmas, I was like stressed about life and everything, and I was complaining that the worst part was that I didn't even get chocolate for Christmas. But that has now been solved because I've been to Portugal now, and of course my family knows the true meaning of gift, and they gave me like, I don't know, 2 kilograms of chocolate. But oh my god, could this be a box full of chocolate? Oh my god, hold on, you need to see what I see. What is all this? This is layers and layers. Okay, let's find out. Philippa, you're crazy. So we have cream and wafer white chocolate. So this one looks like white Kinder Bueno. Obviously, the vegan version of everything. So there's 2 of those. Oh, and there's normal Kinder Bueno. Yeah, milk chocolate. I like how it's not milk because obviously it is not. Salted caramel. There's 2 of them. Oh, and 1 more of the normal one, so 2 of each. There's a little Vegalino chocolate. These are amazing. I really like these ones. And a huge Vego bar. Oh my god. I've tried the Vego bars in the past. They're like super chunky, like the squares. They're huge, but I've never seen such a big one. Mood-free bunny comb. I don't know what this is. It has no indication of what kind of chocolate it is. Bouja Bouja, 2 chocolate truffles. Oh my god. Choco-covered Crunches Bites, Golden Cinder Toffee, Nobly Bites. Oh my god. Crunchy honeycomb flavored chocolate coated malt balls. Oh, so these are like Maltesers, I guess. And the last thing is a huge bite of the same chocolate as before, the Vigo one, but like melts. I've never tried this one, but I assume it's just like circles of the milk chocolate. And it's a huge bag. Oh my god. People. Oh my god. Oh, there was still this one. 2022 version of myself is a very emotional person. I feel like I'm actually gonna cry. I'm not the kind of person who usually cries with gifts. I cry with everything. Books recently, movies, when people say certain things, like pretty things, emotional things. I cry looking at the wedding preparation things, who knows why. I cry a lot recently, but I usually do not cry with gifts. But this one, it's just, I feel like it's the message, you know, the thing that like, because it was one of those stupid complaints, like I was in a bad mood. And you know when you're in a bad mood and you're just like complaining about life in general and you pick like the stupidest detail and that's the thing you focus on. And that was literally me with chocolate, complaining that I didn't get chocolate for Christmas. And then she goes and she gets an entire box of chocolates. Let's try this mysterious one. So it has some squares and some texture of something. I like it. I don't know what's inside. Is it like wafer? It seems like wafer because it doesn't taste like nuts or anything. This is really good. This chocolate is actually really good. Here's the thing about vegan chocolates. Dark chocolate, not my thing. And I don't think there's any of dark chocolates in here because Philippa probably knows that about me. I don't think I ever told her, but it's one of those things. If people know me, they will just assume that I don't like dark chocolate. But the milk chocolate, it's not as sweet. So you know when you're eating like your 25th chocolate bar of milk chocolate and you start getting that like pain at the back of your throat because it's so sweet. I find that usually vegan chocolate tastes very similar, but without all that annoying sweetness. So usually it is very good. Obviously there's exceptions, but usually it's really good. And this one is really, really good. About the Gunkel, let's chat while I get things out of my backpack. I think it's getting very close to a 5 stars. It has been taking me a while to read, but not because the book is not amazing, because it is, but because if you know me for a while now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that usually books in general do take me quite a long time to read because I don't tend to read that much in a row. But I have been amazing this year, if I may say so myself, because I have been reading every single day. I haven't missed a single day since the year started without reading, so well done to me. The book is amazing. I was reading and listening to the audiobook on the train on the way here, and oh my god, there's this part, spoilers, where Patrick, the gay uncle, is reading a letter that he wrote to Joe, which was his boyfriend, lover, back in the day. Joe died in a car crash. He was driving, Joe was driving, Patrick was also in the car, and then a drunk driver hit them, and Joe went to the hospital. They both went to the hospital, but Patrick was fine and got discharged 1 day later. Joe stayed in the hospital for 4 days, and then he died. And while they were in the hospital, Joe's family didn't really recognize Patrick as being his companion because homosexuality and the family was just against, and in general because they were not married, Patrick didn't have any rights on the decisions to be made about Joe, right? So it was his family, and his family completely excluded him from the room. They were not even going to let him say goodbye or anything. There was this nurse at the hospital that when the family left, he let Patrick go into the room and say his goodbyes. And when he got back home, Patrick wrote this letter to Joe. It's so heartwarming. It's a letter talking about some things that they did together, and it's heartbreaking at the same time because obviously it's also his saying goodbye to Joe, and it's through that letter that we learn all of this about the family not letting him in and all that. It was heavy reading that letter, and I was on the train and my eyes were burning with tears, but at the same time, the letter reflects perfectly the rest of the feeling of the book, which is, even though it's sad and heartbreaking and it makes you think about life, it still got me giggle at some point. So think about that. How can an author be so good at writing a sad letter that it still makes you giggle? Because, I don't know, the sense of humor of these characters is just, it's so good. I really like this book. I am having a lot of fun. I'm roughly 70% of the way in now. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it now. I'm gonna try and read some more in bed because, like I said, I am really enjoying this book and I want to keep reading. But I don't know if I'll be able to finish the book now or like if I'll get too tired. But I'll try. I mean, I'm not necessarily gonna try and finish. I'm gonna try and get some more reading done just because I'm really enjoying it. But you guys are gonna love it. Thank you, Kyle, so much for insisting to read this book. It's amazing. I love this book. And I don't know, I feel so happy and so motivated that all the books that I've read this year already, I'm loving all of them, and perhaps that's why I've been reading every day. Perhaps that's the secret. If you read the things that you are actually loving, it makes you read more. I know this is not the discovery of the century, but for me it might as well be. I am exhausted. I think I only slept 2.5 hours last night because I was having an existential crisis. Anyway, then I woke up this morning, I went to work. I was so tired the whole day. I don't think words express how tired I was. Then I finished work at 5 p.m. I immediately fell asleep here on the sofa. Luckily, I woke up like 35 minutes late, which was excellent because it gave me the opportunity to go cook dinner. Because otherwise I would have just ruined my entire evening. So I cooked dinner, I had dinner, I walked the dogs. In reality, I walked the dogs while dinner was in the oven. So I cooked dinner, I walked the dogs, and then I had dinner. I even managed to watch an entire episode of this series that I'm watching with Josh. I don't know what it's called, but it's really good. It's like Stay Close or something. Look it up here on the poster. It's on Netflix. We started watching it because it was #1 in the UK, but it's based on a novel by Harlan Coben. Don't quote me. This book, check the cover here. I've never read it, but like I said, it was #1 in the UK. We started watching. It's a limited series. There's only like 6 or 8 episodes. We've only watched the first 2 so far, but it is very intriguing. So far, I recommend it. After that, I vacuumed the downstairs floors of the house and then the middle floors of the house. I cleaned the inside of the vacuum because it was needing it. And then I came to the sofa and I finished the Guncle. If this is not dedication, being exhausted the way that I am, and here I am still recording this update for you. This was the 3rd book I read this year and the 3rd 5-star rating that I give out. Drop the Kindle. First month that I'm doing this 12 by 12. A success! Thank you so much to Kyle for recommending this video. Now the bar, now the bar is super high for all the other 11 people who recommended books and made it to my list, because now I expect nothing less than great things from you. This book is excellent. It's funny. I giggled. I laughed. Properly laughed out loud. You know when you're reading something and sometimes there's something funny and you think, oh yeah, that's funny. But then on much rarer occasions, you actually go like, pff. That was me so often. It was not like once or twice throughout the book. So often. The jokes were on point. The sense of humor on point. There's also drama, but realistic drama. There's feelings, there's emotions, there's dealing with grief. It is so good. Go and watch it. Read it. Not watch it. Read it. Oh my god. Before I go, I want to try one of the chocolates Philippa gave me. I don't think I've ever tried vegan white chocolate. It's so good. This is really good. This is very good. So like I said in another clip, I think it's not as sweet as if it was actual white chocolate, but it tastes very good. I don't resist. I'm gonna try the salted caramel one. While I'm doing this, I also gonna take this opportunity to let you know that our dear friend Holy Tash is also doing this thing of the 12 books by 12 friends, and I have convinced her to join me on this adventure. Why is this wrapping stuck on the packet? I have convinced her to do a vlog for each book, and now she'll be doing one vlog per month as well about this. So I don't know when this video is going to come live, and I don't know when hers is going to go live, but eventually there will be a video on her channel of her reading a book this month. So go and check it out. It's good. It's good. And I'm definitely going to finish it. I prefer the white one out of the two, but this is growing on me. That being said, and the chocolate being eaten, I have nothing else to add. Go read The Guncle. It's so wholesome and heartwarming. Thank you, Kyle, once again for recommending this. And I don't know which book I'm going to be reading in February. I think I know, but we'll see. Look out for that vlog coming up next month. And I'll see you later. Bye! I usually don't say see you later. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later next time. Bye! Who does that outro? Oh, it's Christine from Holo Chaco. How is my outro? Oh, it's something like, talk to me in the comment and I'll see you very soon here on the channel with another video. Bye! It's like that, isn't it? I don't know. And with all this being said, I'll see you very soon here on the channel with another video. Bye!